This is Kal Kat. This is Kal Kat. The Kal Cats are. This is a brief review of the. The cat's about to knock over. Get down. This is a brief review of Dora the Explorer and the Lost City of Gold. It's a Nickelodeon and Paramount movie. Obviously, they got together. Usually it would be Nickelodeon and Universal, but it was Paramount. They're saying they've done some other films together. The Ninja Turtle movies for it. That's actually not a bad movie. It sounds like it's nuts. Why would that work as a live action movie? But it's basically Young Tomb Raider meets Indiana Jones 3 meets Legends of the Hidden Temple as a movie. Well, okay. So as a movie with a little bit of High School Musical thrown in. The actress that was in Transformers plays really earnestly plays this character like she is playing the character. She's supposed to be like 18 in it. So it's set like 10 years later. She's supposed to be 18. So she goes to high school. She's originally living in the jungle all of her life. She goes to high school, and of course she's the nerdy outcast character, which is what she would be. They go the Kal Kat route. They have this character like realize she's a cartoon, and also possibly a little nuts. So infrequently she'll stare at the camera, waiting for a pause for something to pop in. It's hilarious. It's like it's a map. Is that? Oh, it's like it's fine. Dora the Explorer. The other characters do fairly well in their roles. They're roughly new actors. Stone Gremlins, I played about 5 minutes of their review. I just had to put up mine. It's just an Oscar-worthy performance. It almost is. So as soon as she gets into a movie that's actually Oscar-worthy, she'll get Oscar credits. Kind of like Amanda Bynes back in the day. Should have been Oscar-worthy. That's also Nickelodeon. This girl was on television. She was one of the. This other girl was also on television. So it's not my demographic. I've never watched her show, but there's Family Life or something. The Dora the Explorer thing was on all the time, and almost 20 years ago now. And it was all of the young nieces and nephews watched that back in the day. They even had characters at the local Great America theme park before Six Flags took it over. Way back, Six Flags never actually owned our Great America, although some people thought they did. That's the one down south. It's not this one. This one's California's Great America, and before that it was Paramount, like DC and other stuff like that. Way back in the day it was Paramount. Way back during the '80s, and then it was Warner Brothers for a while. And then it was Nickelodeon for a while. There was a Hidden Temple thing. Legends of the Hidden Temple was a Nickelodeon show where you were the studio audience and you could, and your kid could be in it, but they'd have to like call ahead of time, and they filmed the whole series in 1992, 93. It was like an Incan temple thing with a god thing, the fire, special effects going off, and you had to like do different puzzles to get through the temple on the other side. It was like basically a puzzle maze game, but you'd have to physically run around in it. So Legends of the Hidden Temple, and also Double Dare. Okay. So. And then it wasn't the Florida one though. It was the LA So yeah, the the yeah, Dora the Explorer movie is basically a plot from that series that actually ran for only 2 seasons, but they filmed like 70 episodes of it or something, 70 or 80. So they just kept rerunning it over and over again. But it was all the summer and winter of 92, 93, a little bit of 94 again, like a year and a half. Um, and yeah, they just kept running it over and over and over again. So yeah, um, it's funny that she kept saying repeatedly, "In the jungle, don't touch anything." But yeah, there's a bad guy. You know, he was clearly the antagonist, but it's a kids movie, so yeah, of course. Befriends them just enough to get and keeps getting in scrapes like a Home Alone style. It keeps getting in trouble, and they have to rescue the bad guy, which is funny. In the end, they try to get to the Incan temple. There's like of course there's a witch. Right? She's like a secretly in the guard of the Incan temple. They're trying to find the lost city of gold. It's not supposed to be El Dorado because that would be the Spanish version. That was the version the Spaniards were looking for, and that wouldn't have been in South America. That would have been in somewhere in Europe or Asia, possibly the Himalayas in Asia. Yeah, it wouldn't be in the New World. It would be in the Old World. But they were looking for it in South America, and no one ever found it. It's Lost City of Gold. It's actually kind of the plot of Indiana Jones 3, in that at the end, the choice to choose what idol is the gold. There's like 3 or 4 different idols that are gold. You have to choose the one that's the least expensive. Because it's right out of Indiana Jones. But in that case, it was knights guarding the cup of God. To find the cup is actually the oldest one. Most plain looking one. The bad guy doesn't fare too well. But yeah, they play it just straight enough and just comedic enough that it's probably one of the better comedy movies of the year so far. Yeah, so it's up there. I would say under comedy. I would say under. It's a good Nickelodeon. But it's also funny that several alumni from Nickelodeon are in it, including I think one of the Burger Time guys walks in and he's like, I had to rethink my life. Oh, why am I here? That was pretty funny. I was like, hi. But yeah, what am I doing in this movie? What do I was the bad guy? Oh, anyway, so, but yeah, welcome to the Good Burger. That's what it was. It wasn't Keenan and Kel. It was the other. It was the villain that comes into the burger place all the time. He was. So yeah, but he was just playing a random character that show. There were a bunch of other people. I think Keenan and Kel are in it in cameos. I think they are in there somewhere. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, of course they are somewhere. But yeah. There's a scene where the father is trying to be her parents are supposed to be professors in the jungle looking for Campanapuco, the lost city of gold in Inca legend. It's not really El Dorado. It's another one. It would have been better plot for Indiana Jones 5 to go to the lost city of gold instead of the lost city of alien skull things. It would have been better. They didn't do that. This one doesn't have aliens. This is the better version. It has been like 13 years since that movie. But yeah, you wouldn't think that would be good, but actually it is. Go out and see it. It actually works. It's a spoofy teen comedy movie on its own. They're out in the kind of reminds me of that Jumanji remake with them out in the jungle, like lost in the jungle and captured by mercenaries and all that stuff thrown in there. Similar to that, but done a little more like a cartoon, and everyone knows it's a cartoon, but they go with it anyway. And as a live action cartoon, I think it works. So yeah, Morar, I think. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of Spanish speaking in it, which is cool. I get to figure out what they're saying in English because they didn't put any subtitles in it. only a few. But yeah. But I took it in college, so I kind of understood it anyways. but yeah, yeah, that actress just really, really nailed that part. She just like, wow, okay, really invested in this. She's really invested in it. I'm gonna do this character, and it's gonna be just like it. It's gonna be almost scary and uncanny, just like it. And she's like, ooh. They added, of course, a little bit of slightly adult jokes. Like one of them has to take a dump, so they like a pool thing. Kids go, hey, pool hole. You dig a hole with a shovel. She has a shovel, of course. Everything in the backpack is like MacGyver. She's got everything in the backpack, like the show. One of them has to take a dump. So, of course, it immediately goes south, and there's like bad guys chasing them immediately after that. But I don't think they had a chance to wipe. But yeah, that's not. No, that's just one scene, and there's a song, a Kal Kat song called the Pool Hole Song, in it, which is cool. God. But yes, to dig a hole for the poop. It's not really Kal Kat, but it totally, yeah. Watch any of my videos. Yeah. Somebody there at Nickelodeon is on the same wavelength, right on the same wavelength. But yeah. And then there's a scene. There's several scenes where she mentions mating. It's be funny, and then the joke is that she's like that she's mating, and the civil joke is like the joke. It's like this. At one point, this guy is falling into quicksand, and these scorpions are there on his head, and he goes like, and she goes like, and the cousin turns to her and goes like, "Don't ever say mating. don't do that." That was pretty funny. I don't want to hear you ever say that again. Ew. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. So the adults got that. That's funny. But yeah. Sure. Yeah. So Dora the mating exploradora. All right. Yeah. So that's my review of the Dora the Exploradora and the Lost City of Gold. Yeah, it's real brief. Trailers weren't too exciting. Yeah, skip them. Yeah, I also saw Epsom Shaw last week, but I'm not going to review it. Because why? Anyway,